What time is it? It's bow time. What time is it? It's bow time. What time is it? It's mostly time to be sad. Hello and welcome to Tuesday.
How can you be sad when it's bow time?
No one can be sad when it's bow time. It is impossible. Science has proven it. I had Bojangles tonight, and this is a story, a continuation from the other day. Because your first thought's probably like, man, aren't you wearing the same clothes as you were yesterday? Yes, and there's a reason for that, and it's not a good reason. So you remember, like 2 days ago, we recorded the December 2016 mail. I made the mistake of plugging, the mic into the headphone jack of the camera, which led to some problems. For one, not recording with the mic and using the onboard audio for the camera, which sounds a little worse because it's further away. But then number two, it introduced some very strange artifacting into the video itself. Now, I finally sat down yesterday to edit this thing, and I already had a bunch of other stuff that I had to do, so I didn't get to it until later. But I told myself, I'm doing it now. I'm dealing with this video now. So late last night, very late, I got started on editing the mail video. And it was difficult because it's long. It's like almost 2 hours long. But I got through it, and it was probably, I don't know, maybe 11:30 a.m. when I finally finished. And I went to export it, and it didn't work. It didn't export. It came up with an error code. And I then found out that those weird artifacts that I was seeing in the video were actually glitches in the file. And that Final Cut was only going to export that video out if I got rid of every single glitched frame in the timeline. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if there were one or two, but the problem is it's throughout the entire thing. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of those frames, and there's no real indication where they are. I'd have to watch through the video extremely carefully and make sure I cut out every single one. So I'm freaking out because it's like nearly noon at this point, and I'm like, how am I gonna fix this? The video's edited, but I'm not gonna be able to do anything, with this. So I came up with, in my opinion, a pretty brilliant solution. I played the video full screen from Final Cut and recorded my screen, which is a pretty good way of getting around that problem. The thing that sucked is that I knew Mal had to go to the doctor at like
2.
Well, we had to leave at like 1:15.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I gotta be up in an hour or whatever to take Mel to the doctor sooner to get ready, like 12:45. So at about 12:15 this afternoon, I finally went to bed from last night, and I was like, I'm just gonna lay down for half an hour and things will be good. Well, whenever I laid down on the futon, I was out. I mean, dead, knocked out cold. Mal came in 30 minutes later and started to try and wake me up, and I mean, how would you describe that? I was just...
You couldn't keep your eyes open. I was like, Steven, and you'd be like, oh.
Yeah, and didn't you say I fell asleep mid-sentence?
Yeah, you did. You were like, I've been up, and the video had problems, and
then I fell asleep again. So, yeah, that was some of the most tired I've ever been. And what's interesting is that when I was working like 30 minutes before, I was tired, but not that tired. But apparently when my body finally slowed down, it crashed completely. And I was supposed to take Mal to the doctor, not because I had to, but because I wanted to, be with her for the doctor's appointment. And she was like, yeah, you can't move. Like, you're broken. Why don't you just stay here? So I was like, okay. So she went to the doctor. I slept, and I had an alarm set for like 2:30 or something, so when the video was finally done, because I had to play in real time, because I'm recording my screen, when the video was done, I would then be able to stop the recording, because it wouldn't know when to stop. So my alarm went off at 2:30, I, kind of am shaken awake, I go over to the computer, stop the recording, and I want to save the file, and I can tell that it's going to take like 20 minutes to save it. And I'm like, all right. And from that point, I have no idea what happened. I don't know if I just never set an alarm. I don't know if I set an alarm and I slept through it. I'm not sure. But I went and laid back down on the futon, and the next thing I know...
No, I tried to wake you up after that.
Yeah, but I don't know that part.
Okay.
Mal apparently came home at some point and tried to wake me up.
I had brought you food.
But I I don't remember that at all. The next thing I woke up and it was near as hair 8 o'clock. And I was like, oh God, what happened? My first thought was like, oh no, is Mallow okay? She never got me up. She didn't make it home. Oh no. And I left the office and went into the bedroom. And
I had taken a nap.
Mal's asleep in there. And I'm like, okay. So I talked to her and she said that, she went to her appointment. She brought me home food, tried to wake me up, couldn't wake me up. And yeah, all of that for the mail video. All of that because I plugged a cable into the wrong thing. 2 holes, side by side, same size hole. And instead of doing the top one, I did the bottom one. And it has caused the biggest mess. And it's unreal and unreasonable. So anyway, now it's a little later. But I woke up and Mao had got me some food. I ate. I finally finished exporting the video, and now I have to upload it. I was thinking that I'd have the video out today, easy, and instead it'll be out tomorrow. It's a mess. The thing is, it's a great mail video. Like it's a really good mail video. A lot of people send in a lot of interesting things, and it's been problem after problem, and it's amazing to me that all of this stuff stemmed because I plugged something into the wrong hole. It has caused me an immense amount of grief. So that is why I'm in the same clothes as yesterday, because I've been sleeping on the futon. And what I'm going to do, I smell like garbage, so I'm going to have to get a shower and basically kind of start my day now. Yeah. So I know I talked about it the other day, but seriously, double check your connections. Because you never know that you're either going to not have a recording, or you're going to not have like audio or video, or you're going to screw something up. I mean, it was something simple that I missed, and it's actually been one of the biggest headaches in recent memory, and it's really sucked. Anyway, that's it for today. I know it's a short one, but that's been kind of my life. Like I said, I'm going to go start uploading the mail video, so it should be out tomorrow with no problem. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff to do. I got to record Fallout. I got to record Morning Mario. I got to, quite a few things to accomplish. And the good news is I'm rested. It's just, no one wants to wake up at 8 p.m. That's not. I've had a full night's rest, and I woke up at 8, and I'm going to have to really shuffle things around to fix it. So, yeah. It's interesting, like we went on the vacation, got all relaxed, everything good.
Yeah. And
within a day or two of being back, like everything is just obliterated. The world is on fire. Like the children are screaming. The buildings are burning, and I'm like, I don't know what happened. Everything fell apart. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?